tie is straight to English.
Your right choice.
Let's begin.
Welcome to Straight to English channel. Everybody messes up. It just happens. I mean, it's the great equalizer, you know? No matter how smart or how fast you are, sooner or later, a blunder is, well, it's inevitable.
It is.
To err is human, or in my case, to occasionally mistake the fancy new rug for a really good digging spot. That's also inevitable.
And that, my dear companion, is precisely why we're talking about this. The mistake itself is rarely the biggest problem.
Oh, really?
The true challenge lies in the repair work. A quick, casual sorry after a significant error, say, forgetting a critical high-stakes report, it just doesn't cut it.
Right.
In fact, a muddled or insincere apology can actually do more damage than the original mistake.
It's like pouring, I don't know, weak tea on a 4-alarm fire. It sounds polite, but it really does nothing. I find that when I just mutter, sorry, I'm usually just trying to, check a box and then run away quietly.
Precisely. A true apology is not an exercise in self-pity.
No.
It's an exercise in relational structure. It requires effort, clarity, and most importantly, zero excuses.
So that's our mission today.
That's our mission, to dive deep into a scenario, let's call it the corporate catastrophe of Alex and Sarah, to extract the 3 essential steps of what we call the power apology.
Ooh, I love that name, the power apology. So for anyone listening who needs to save their reputation or their job or maybe just a friendship, we're looking for a formula, a 3-step formula.
That's right. And the formula is, well, it's quite simple theory. Step 1, admitting the mistake, clearly stating, I messed up.
Okay.
Step 2, taking total responsibility. This is the crucial no buts rule.
No buts. I like that.
And finally, step 3, offering a proactive solution or asking, how can I fix this?
Okay, let's get into this. Let's set the scene for this high-pressure drama. I want to feel the stress.
Imagine you're Sarah. You spent weeks preparing for a major client meeting. It starts in 10 minutes, not 15, not 20.
10.
This is a massive contract renewal. Your entire professional reputation is basically riding on this presentation.
Yeah.
You are frantically refreshing your inbox because you absolutely need Alex's monthly performance report.
Oh, that is intense. That's the kind of pressure that makes you feel dizzy. You can almost hear the clock ticking louder than your own heart.
And then the moment of truth arrives. Alex walks over to your desk, but not with the file. He approaches with a look of just sheer panic.
Oh, no.
He realizes, with this silent horror, that the email he drafted 20 minutes ago, the one he thought he sent, it's still sitting untouched in his drafts folder.
Ah, the internal scream. That is a professional communication failure of the highest order. I mean, his job is on the line instantly.
Instantly. And this is not a situation where, oops, my bad is going to work.
Not even a little bit.
Absolutely not. And this is where Alex really earns his stripes. He doesn't hide. He doesn't minimize it. He doesn't try to, quietly send the email and hope no one notices.
What does he do?
He commits to the power apology structure immediately. He starts with a strong, formal signal. He says the words, I owe you an apology.
Wow. That is such a compelling opening. It's almost assertive in how much it admits he's wrong. It forces Sarah to stop and take it seriously.
For any listeners focused on English nuance, this is a key takeaway. That phrase signals high stakes. It signals seriousness. It is the linguistic equivalent of saying, stop everything. This is not casual, it's important, and I accept full responsibility for the problem I've created.
It just elevates the whole conversation, doesn't it? And I remember the notes on his delivery said his tone was quiet, low, and sincere. You could really hear the regret, not him being defensive.
Tone is the sincerity filter.
Yeah.
Always. But let's get into the actual words, the anatomy of this apology, starting with step 1, admitting the error and taking ownership.
Right. So after that strong opening, he immediately admits it. He says, I messed up.
And that phrase, I messed up, it's fantastic, it's common, it's blunt, it's spoken English that just communicates honesty without sounding overly formal or bureaucratic.
It just means I made a mistake. Simple.
Simple. It's an easy, memorable phrase for any learner to use.
But what if the mistake was truly, catastrophic? Is there a stronger version he could have used?
There is. If the blunder were, say, losing $1 million contract, Alex might opt for, I screwed up.
Okay.
That phrase carries a bit more emotional intensity. It implies a much more significant level of failure. But a word of caution here. I messed up is great for internal conversations. I screwed up, especially in front of a client, might be a little too raw, a little too unprofessional. It really depends on the office culture.
That's a really important distinction. Okay, so that brings us to step 2, which for me is the absolute heart of a powerful apology, the complete ownership.
Indeed. We call this the NOBUTS rule. A very quick litmus test for a weak or failed apology is the presence of the word but, for example. I'm sorry I forgot the report, but I was dealing with 3 other urgent deadlines.
Ugh, that's the worst. It's such a common failure. The but just completely negates everything that came before it. You're saying, I'm sorry, but it's not really my fault.
Exactly. It's psychological self-sabotage. The listener hears the apology, and then they immediately hear the excuse, which just makes them feel even more frustrated. It destroys trust faster than anything.
So how did Alex avoid that trap?
His language was absolutely clean. He said it was entirely my fault, and then I have no excuses.
That is just so powerful. That total clean ownership is the shortcut to rebuilding trust, isn't it? It shows he isn't trying to minimize the impact on Sarah. He's just taking the full weight of it.
Is the foundation of accountability, which leads us directly into step 3, offering redress and rebuilding professional confidence. You can't just apologize and walk away.
You gotta fix it.
You have to assure the other person that this was a one-time thing, an anomaly, not a bad habit. So this is where phrase number 4 comes in, the promise.
It won't happen again.
A vital commitment, especially at work. It assures Sarah she can rely on him next month. It tells her he's already figured out why it happened and fixed the problem. It's a stability clause in the apology contract.
But a promise isn't enough, right? You need action. And that brings us to my favorite phrase, the action phrase. How can I make it up to you?
This is where Alex shifted gears. He went from passive regret to active problem solver. And he didn't just ask generally if he could buy her lunch, which is often a default kind of weak solution.
So what did he offer?
He proposed a specific, immediate fix. He'd email the report instantly, of course, but he also offered to attend her client meeting to take the blame for the delay himself, directly in front of the client.
Wait, really? That's huge. Offering to take the blame publicly? Isn't that super risky for him?
It is, and that's a perceptive question. But that's where the power of this structure lies. By offering to take the blame, he's shielding Sarah. He's showing loyalty, and he's showing the client that he is willing to face the consequences.
So he turns a personal failure into a demonstration of character. And then came the bonus round, right? The small gesture.
The buying of the coffee or lunch, that's the practical application of the idiom, to make it up to someone. For our learners, that just means doing something nice or helpful to balance out the negative thing you did.
Like, if I dig up the rug, I'll make it up to you by finding all the best sticks in the yard.
Well, perhaps a shopping spree at the bookstore would be more appropriate redress in my case.
Yeah.
Alex's offer to take the heat was the real redress. The coffee is just the gesture of personal respect that smooths things over.
So the structure, the follow-through, it all shows he respects Sarah, the client, and his own professionalism. He used structure instead of panic.
He absolutely did. And if you appreciate this deep dive, this effort to break down complex communication rules into, well, actionable steps, you should make sure you're subscribed to the Straight to English channel. We are here to help you master these essential skills.
Okay, so moving beyond the 3 steps, let's talk about delivery. Because not every situation needs that big, formal, I owe you an apology. You have to know where you are on the formality spectrum.
Context is everything. For the very, very casual situations, like you bump into someone in the hallway, you have the quick options.
Right, like my bad, or oops, sorry, quick, easy, done.
Exactly. For low-stakes interactions.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other extreme, a formal written apology for, say, a major data breach, you need the heavy artillery.
Something like, please accept my sincere apologies.
Correct. Or, we deeply regret the circumstances. Alex, however, he found that sweet spot right in the middle. He shows sincerity over formality by using the phrase, I feel terrible about this.
And I remember reading that he specifically stressed the word terrible when he said it. That emphasis, that intonation, it's so important, isn't it?
Intonation speaks volumes. Think about the difference between a sincere voice and a sarcastic one. A sincere apology is often a bit lower in pitch with a descending, conclusive tone. It signals the feeling is genuine.
And the sarcastic one.
The sarcastic apology, the one that sounds like,
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, it has that rising, questioning intonation. It's almost a dare.
It's amazing how our brains pick up on that instantly. The sound itself is more important than the words.
And the success of this delivery is also heavily influenced by the culture you're in. This is the ultimate aha moment for anyone navigating cross-cultural communication.
What do you mean?
Alex navigated this crisis successfully because in most English-speaking professional cultures, taking responsibility is fundamentally seen as a sign of strength.
Strength. Wow. I think a lot of people are taught the exact opposite, that admitting fault makes you look vulnerable or weak.
Precisely. If Alex had offered some long, meandering excuse or blamed the IT department, Sarah would have just mentally filed him under unreliable. In the U.S. and many similar environments, admitting a mistake completely and offering a clean solution signals leadership. It signals confidence.
So you're basically communicating, I messed up, which is human, but I am strong enough to handle the consequences and fix the system.
Whereas in some other cultures, the goal might be saving face or ensuring group harmony, which can involve downplaying the mistake. But here, Alex's priority was restoring trust through accountability. And that saved his reputation.
He showed the golden rule. Own the error, fix the error, earn back the trust. He turned a catastrophe into a chance to show his character.
A perfectly executed power apology. He admitted the mistake, took absolute responsibility, no buts, and offered a concrete, immediate solution.
This whole deep dive just goes to show that communication isn't just about exchanging information. It's about strategically managing relationships, especially when things go wrong.
Mastering these nuanced skills is absolutely fundamental for anyone seeking professional advancement.
We really hope this gives you a powerful new tool for your communication toolkit. And remember, if you want more insightful breakdowns of complex concepts just like this one, hit that subscribe button right now for the Straight to English channel.
Now for a final thought for you to mull over. You now know the structure of a strong apology. Admit, take responsibility, fix it. So look back at your own life. What's the biggest, most damaging mistake you have ever successfully made up for using these techniques, even if you didn't know the formal steps at the time? How did that act of complete responsibility change the outcome for the better? Think about that until our next deep dive.
Great. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe.